Assessment and training are two different skill sets. Assessor in SSB are not trainers. Their job is not to train candidates. Similarly, the mentors or the trainers in a coaching center are trainers only. They are not actual assessors. Hello friends, I am Lieutenant Colonel B.G. Ray. Again, very glad to be back with you to share some hard facts concerning your SSB preparation. Mind you, they are not just routine ghisa pita stuff, but they are little unknown or say less known facts, but extremely useful so far your preparation for SSB is concerned. I assure you, at the end of this video, your understanding about SSB assessment, SSB assessors, and training for SSB will be much clearer. That is my assurance. Before we start, let's deal with some very basic facts. Fact number 1. All psychologists, GTOs, and interviewing officers are trained, tested, and certified by a prestigious organization called Defense Institute of Psychological Research or DIPR. Then only they are posted in SSB as assessors. Number 2, their prime job, these assessors posted in SSB, their prime job is to assess the suitability of the candidates as potential officers in using their respective techniques, and those use of those techniques are exactly the way they have been trained by the DIPR. The assessors in SSB are either serving officers or they are a DIPR trained civilian psychologist or scientist. When an officer spends 2 to 3 years in the SSB, he or she definitely interacts very closely with other assessors, and they all together attend several final board conferences together. It is very natural that each assessor learns something about the other two techniques. The third source of learning for an assessor is through various books. One assessor learning about other two assessment procedure is through books or the currently overloaded digital contents and so on. One officer assessor having done 2 tenures as GTO then IO or both as president, deputy president and president is very rare, but it happens more in Navy and Air Force and little less in the Army. But one officer having done all 3 tenures or having attended all 3 courses as psychologist, GTO and interviewing officer is impossible. But interesting thing is, it is possible, or rather it is a very common practice in the coaching world. So this practice is prevalent based on many constraints one can understand, mostly due to non-availability of appropriate experienced instructors or former SSB assessors. The demand is much more than the supply. The most critical position is that of psychologists. It is primarily because Majority of psychologists in SSB are civilians, and not too many of them get into coaching after their retirement, whereas the TOs or GTOs and even interviewing officers are all defense personnel, and they retire comparatively at an early stage. So, when you distinguish between assessment and training in SSB, a person is only an assessor, but the same person after retirement becomes an assessor and an instructor or a trainer in a coaching center, either in his own subject or maybe in other two subjects or techniques about which he has neither any theoretical, in depth theoretical or practical life assessment experience. But he knows the subject. All efficient SSB assessors may not be successful instructors or trainers. I was just going through the foreword by a Major General, a former TO and a psychologist in 11 SSB, which he wrote for a book on SSB. The general is very candid and frank in saying that when he was posted as a psychologist or TO with Selection Center East, he was considered as a very efficient assessor. But after he completed his tenure, with higher responsibilities coming with higher ranks, as he rose in the ladder of promotion, naturally he could not keep in pace, or he lost contact with the subject and practical training for SSB. So this happens in many others case also. But mind you, once upon a time he was an efficient assessor. So by this analysis, I would like to conclude by saying, actually speaking, assessments carried out by trainers do not carry much importance, as the final assessment will be that of SSB. So any assessment, if at all it is carried out, it should never be disclosed to the candidates or trainers in a very raw form. However, their input, their observation, their findings can be passed on in a very tactful manner in the form of feedback or counseling session. A matured analysis of performance should rather must be given at the end of the training, along with remedial suggestions or remedial measures. SSB assessment and SSB training, mind you, both being psychological in nature, is very sensitive by nature, and it needs expert handling. SSB aspirants, therefore, I always advise them to keep these important things in mind while preparing for SSB, or while selecting their training program, or for that matter, trainers. Instead of blindly following or mechanically going through large number of TAT, SRT or group planning exercises, or doing individual obstacles several times, it is actually not very useful, and at times it may be counterproductive. Okay friends, if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, share, and definitely subscribe to this channel so that others will also be benefited and exposed to the insider story, the little known facts which will be actually useful and it will be of great assistance when you are preparing for SSB. फिर नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलते हैं. गुड लक. डोंट फॉरगेट टू वेयर योर मास्क. टेक गुड केयर ऑफ योर सेल्फ एंड गुड बाय. जय हिंद.